Hey folks, it is Charlie here. I'm back doing my favorite thing, which is interviewing artists based in your local scene. I'm chatting with an artist based in Gold Coast who is making like the female-fronted EDM of your dreams. Hi, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing so well. I would love if you could start us off by introducing yourself. Tell us a bit about you, about the music you make. Let us into your world.
Yay! I'm Grace Luisa. I'm based in the Gold Coast, and like mentioned, I am doing a little bit of EDM music right now. I started off as, your classic pop princess, and then I kind of just fell into my EDM era at the moment. So I like to make music that feels like fiery, adrenaline rushing, kind of like you're running in a movie. I don't know, just action-packed music at the moment. But yeah.
Yeah, oh, I love that. It's big like oh, you think movies like Divergent where they have that like but one thing I've been thinking a lot is like Run Boy Run from Divergent where they're all just like out and they're doing the run.
Yes, yes.
I've been your new single, I'm like I could just sub that like over the top and it would work perfectly. But yeah, Run Fast. Can you tell us a bit about this track? Because I have been listening. I've put it on my like my morning playlist to like, like when you're still like groggy, you're still getting into it like I am now. You put that on and the song just like gets you into it. Can you tell us a bit about this track?
Oh, thank you. Run Fast is actually the first song I wrote since I came to Australia.
Hmm.
Even though it's not the first song I released since being here, it's the first one I wrote, and I wrote it just like it just came to me. I love movies and I love TV shows, and at the time, I think I was watching like Shadowhunters and just that whole like thing of going out there into dark spaces, slaying demons and bringing the light. And I was like, that kind of like reflects on who I am as a person. I love to go into spaces and, help people take all those insecurities and bring confidence. I like to see people who are confident in who they are. And that's like, I love that because it took me a while to find my confidence. And so I just wrote the song inspired by like those kind of shows like Divergent, where it's all about like on a mission. And then also my husband, he features on the track, which is so cool because, as a couple, we kind of share that message as well. We just want to be a light in people's life and our music to be a light in people's life. And so, oh, it sounds so cringy. But I did the track and then I was like, oh, I just need him on this. I need like, I don't know, this fast-paced rap moment. And so he kind of jumped on that. And then that's how we came up with it. And it's so fun. I've heard it's really good to like run to at the gym. I wouldn't know. I don't really run. But if you are a runner, apparently it's a great one to run to. So
I love that. Run fast, but I don't really run. That should be like the
no,
little tagline underneath.
bro, honestly, we're like trying to do a music video for it and we're trying to shoot for it really soon. And then the girl who's helped me do it all and organize and direct, she's like, hope you're ready to get your running shoes on. And I'm like, oh, what have I done to myself? Ah, run slow.
The next
But
song is
yeah,
just like a normally paced walk.
I do like some sort of ballad just so I can not have to
Mhm.
ever run again. It's funny.
The slow and like carefully planned out strut. I can see it happening.
I'll just sit on a stool. Just sit on a
Oh,
stool, like, do anything.
yes. Oh, I love it. You've got to have that little like diva moment where you're just like, I don't need to do anything. The world just happens around me.
Oh, I wish I had that mentality. That's what I'm aiming for. I wish that was me.
Yes. Oh, and I'd love to know like you're collaborating with your husband on this. You're both making music like together. That's so cool. How does that feel to be able, as you said, like sharing the same message and the same values through your music? How does that feel to collaborate with him in this space?
It's really cool. I think sometimes I like take that for granted that like we both do music and he understands everything as to why, all my free time I have goes to music and he'll understand that. He's the same. And so I kind of think sometimes I have to step back and reflect and go, oh, like I'm married to someone who also like you said, shares the same
Yeah.
message. So shares the same heart for people and just wants to make music that helps people. So yeah, it's really cool when I think about it, and it makes me very happy because I can be quite like a nervous person. Like I can seem very confident, and it's because I'm trying to, own my confidence and be confident in the journey of it all. Being real, sometimes I get really nervous, like going to do gigs or meet people for the first time. And so kind of having like my best friend there really helps, and getting to do gigs and he can come up and jump on stage and he gets to go into spaces like he's done a few gigs here on the Gold Coast with in the rap scene. And it's kind of cool because I get to just like come along and like sing some songs and find a whole new audience that I'd never have without like partnering with him. So I do feel very blessed. And it's really cool because again, like we just complement each other so well. So it just works.
Yeah, oh, I love that. I feel like one of the most important things in this like intense music industry is having like your people and your community and be able to
Mm.
have someone that close to work alongside and also work with is just like that's like the ultimate like music goals.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and another thing is that like you'll both have the same experience in the fact that like recently enough, like it's still like fresh enough. You all have moved to the Gold Coast from the
Mm.
UK, which is like little bit of a difference.
Yeah.
I'd love to know, like I haven't made the move from the UK to the Gold Coast. A lot of people watching, I'm presuming, have not made that same move. I'd love to know what the difference has been like from the local music scenes over there to the local music scene in the Gold Coast. Has this like changed how you're approaching music or how you're going about being like a local artist?
I feel like everything's changed since moving here. So it's kind of really hard to compare the two. Um, Back home, I'm from Manchester. Well, I was raised in Manchester. It's where I've been my whole life, and I know that the music scene's incredible. Like BBC introduce, and they do such a good job, the radio, of like highlighting their local artists. And so, I have managed to like gain support from those guys on the radio, and I did some like open mics in the city, and it was really cool. I was doing youth gigs, going to different youth groups, so there was lots of opportunity. But I also learned so much when I moved here about just like, I guess even like the business side to being a music artist and the branding and the connections and the networks and all the events. And I never really like went for it in the same way in Manchester, even though I had all these opportunities and I got to do incredible things. It just kind of like, um, I don't know, I just was kind of before moving here at those stages of momentum happening. And then we moved here, and I went to an open mic here in the Gold Coast, and I met my friend who also does music called Alana Stone. And I kid you not, because of her, when I first moved over, we went for coffee, and she was just like an open book. There was no like gatekeeping. There was no, okay, we don't want you to join this
Mm.
circle or whatever. She was just like, okay, so this is who you should follow. These guys like connect you with these venues and da 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 da. Like, girl, thank you so much. And then she's like my best friend now, like she's honestly like a ride or die. And it's like you said, you need that team. And I feel like here is the first time I really found a team of people, just really believing in my music, but also me as a person. And it honestly, like the community here, like the community in the Gold Coast is something else. And I don't want to say it's because Manchester's this or that. I'm sure there
Yeah.
is a great community there. It's just like I never like went for it in the same way, or I never like did all the networking things there because I guess I never had that one person that I found here who was like, come join this, or here's do this, or and Alana grew up on the Gold Coast, so she got to see it all unfold. So I think the two's very different. Here I just feel like I've just kind of come into my own, and I'm loving what I'm doing, and I'm loving every person I meet, like it is just like one big family, even up in Brisbane and Gold Coast, it all just kind of like interlinks and it all works, and one person and all of a sudden they know that person, and yeah, it's really nice being here.
Yeah. Oh, I love that because it's so easy as well to be sitting like be in the Gold Coast, be in Brisbane in these like hubs of music and sit on the outside and go, oh, well, like it's so hard to like break in or like meet people or find the community. Because I did that for a long time, like growing up, watching all these like cool things happen in front of me. I was sitting outside of it all. I'm like, it's too tricky to meet artists. It's too tricky to like stay at the local gig and then say like, oh, you did a great job after your set. And it's just like it's actually like once you find your people in that community, it's one of the most supportive music communities ever. Like you hear
Yeah.
people are in like Sydney or Melbourne, they're like, oh, there's like a lot of competition, there's a lot of this, a lot of like kind of like cliquey groups. I feel like Brisbane and yeah, Gold Coast, like Southeast Queensland has that sort of like connection. Oh, I
Mm.
love it. It makes me scared to leave Brisbane because I'm like, I love our
Been
communities.
soon?
Maybe one day in the future.
Jesus, we've got a plan, guys. It's all hush hush. There's a plan going on. I see it.
Top secret. But yeah, the communities I think are something so special. And that's so interesting to hear as well. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And one thing I've seen you talking about a bit, which I never really thought about before, but then when you were saying it, I sat down and I was like, actually, yeah, you're right. Female fronted EDM, which is like what you're currently leaning into with like Run Fast, isn't really something Australia platforms that prominently, unless like you're like making EDM, but you're also the rapper, or you're just like a vocalist that goes around on all the different tracks. Being your own, like standing up as your own artist, making your own project as a female EDM artist, isn't really something Australia spotlights too much. Like, other than like some of your like bigger breakthroughs like Alice in Wonderland, there's a real lack in Australia caring on a broad scale. I'd love to ask, what's something you think can change or should change in the Aussie local scene to help artists making EDM music, like female fronted artists, succeed on a large scale in this country?
Because I don't know. I feel like it's kind of. I think when I like pitch to like venues or gigs, when they hear tracks and no live band, they're like, oh, oh. In the UK, I never had an issue because I think for a gig and for a band and venues, they're like, cool, we just pay one person, they've got everything sorted out, they're bringing their own thing, that they're a performer. And I think I've found the hardest thing is for like venues to really trust that even if I do use tracks, or I would love a band to like add to the tracks, but as an EDM artist, I can't do it acoustic, it's EDM. And so kind of like trusting in the fact that you can see what I do and I love to perform and I will entertain, and trusting that like it's still good music. And sometimes I feel like because I'm not playing an instrument, it's like kind of, oh, she's a singer or she's wrote this song, but it's all like done in the studio and that was that. And it's like, guys, like I love to write songs and I'm a performer, and maybe it's just like like a mind shift. And I have like met venue bookers and festival bookers, and they're like, we love what you do and there's just not a scene, but we want to make a scene for it. So I think there's definitely like space for it. I guess it's just a waiting game, and it's just doing what I'm doing and like having gigs and showing like actually it still goes really hard with just the tracks, as well as probably like adding to a band to it. I'm just like you mentioned, I'm quite new, so I have got a gig coming up soon where I will have a band for the first time. Very excited. But yeah, maybe it's just like a mind shift of we've just got to trust that it'll still be an incredible performance even if it is just the track in the background. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope
Because I
that
feel
answers
like,
your question. Yeah,
yes,
I don't know.
no, because it's something I didn't really realize was a big thing. Like, because as an audience, you sit back and you listen to what's being platformed. Like, you listen to what you see around you, and when you don't see something around you enough, you don't forget it exists, but it kind of just like slips from your mind. And hearing you talk about this, I was like, yeah, actually, like there are some standouts like Alice in Wonderland. Like I have one of her early CDs sitting behind me.
Oh,
But then it's like when you actually think more, it's like, who am I seeing in the local scene doing this? Not enough people, because it's not platformed as it should be.
and I think it's also hard because there's a limited amount of venues that can really highlight the music well. Like I just did like a show at Miami, Marquetta in
Mm.
Gold Coast,
Yeah.
and it's the most beautiful space and it's this massive warehouse with seating. But it's also kind of scary as an EDM artist because it can go two ways, which I'll just play anyway. I have fun on stage
Yeah.
and it's basically people watching me dance, really. But it's like it can go two ways. You've got people really get behind it and they're like, yeah, this is sick. Or they're like, oh, it's too loud. I'm trying to eat my dinner. And it's actually
Mm.
really hard to like find spaces where it's about the music and dancing. And I guess that's why you hit more the club scene. And that's another
Mm.
thing I get a lot is why don't you become a DJ or why don't you do more of the nightclubbing things, which then I feel like takes away from I am a music artist. And
Mm.
if you listen, a lot of my songs, if I was to do a set, a lot of them are still pop, like
Yeah.
going back even just like 8 months ago. It was only 8 months ago I started like hitting out the more EDM stuff. So I feel like that also kind of takes away like, oh, you'd need to DJ to be able to do the music you're doing. I'm like, but I'm not a DJ. Why would
Yeah.
I want to be a like DJs are incredible at what they do, and I don't feel like that's my gifting. I feel like I'm a performer. So it's just trying to like find the venues that back that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And like deconstructing those boxes the industry is trying to put everyone in. Because
Mm.
like I get it. If you follow this formula and it works for you, that's well and good. But not everyone is going to follow that same pathway and that same formula. Because if we did, the scene would be really boring.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you mentioned in there that you have a show coming up. It's called like Not Another Showcase. There's some amazing fellow artists on that bill. October 25th coming up. Can you tell us a bit about this show? What can we expect?
Guys, you can expect it to be so cool because we're all such different artists. It's
Mm.
actually like a showcase. It's a showcase of all the local talent in the Gold Coast. Obviously, we have so much local talent, so just a
Mm.
few of us that are gonna come up and it's just gonna be so fun. Like the other guys performing as well. I've listened to their stuff and it's so different from one another. And then yeah, I'm really excited. It's gonna be at Moe's Desert Clubhouse, so I love that venue. That venue is incredible, and I'm excited to jump around on stage with you all. So please come down. It'll be my first kind of like headliney.
Mm.
I'm not here to support. And it's not an open mic. It's like
Mm.
come watch me perform and do my thing. So my first one in Australia. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, oh, that's so exciting. I'm so excited for you. I love that.
Thank you. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, oh, I feel like there's also that moment where it's like the people who come along and see like I know it's not like your first ever gig. Like I know you've done stuff, but it's one of those like it's a situation where you are getting that spotlight. And the people who see
Yeah.
that are gonna be like, okay, like I'm in. Whenever you're doing something, I'm in, I'm following. And that's like my favorite thing is when you just like build that the kind of like loyal fan base in a way that doesn't make it sound too like culty or celebrity like.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this is the thing. I've like gained so much traction on TikTok,
Yeah.
especially from like Aussies. And this past year, like my followers have doubled, and it's all people who are like in Brisbane. I have a lot of people from Perth. They love the drum and bass, but all over. But a lot of people from like Brisbane and the Gold Coast. And I'm so excited because I just want to meet people. Like these people who are always commenting or turning up on my lives or always supporting me. It's like I want to meet them face to face and like I'm excited for this gig because I'm like, guys, I want to meet you. It's more about just meeting who's behind the screen and saying thank you because we like as a small independent artist, I don't think people realize how much like support means, especially at this early stage where it's like you feel like you're just winging it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my like my big things that confuses me a lot is the fact that like we have this amazing tool of social media. You can literally like connect with the artist directly. You discover people online, you see their lives, their posts. And I feel like there's a lot of people, even though you mentioned there are those amazing people that do, they comment, they come into the lives, they're present and they're supporting you. But there's
Mm.
so many more people that are just too like scared to like comment or too scared to reach out and be like, hey, I'm actually loving this song. And I'm like,
Mm.
reach out. This means so much to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
artists. Like,
You know what I think it is as well?
mm.
I'm sometimes guilty of it. It's when you're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and you can think something, but it's like you just don't even think to like. And it's
Yeah.
just the thought. I think the people who are more present in themselves are the people who can engage more.
Mm.
But it's the same as a gig. Sometimes I'll do a gig and I'm looking out at the crowd, and it's maybe more so at open mics when it's not my like people
Mm.
and that I've got with me, and I'm looking out and everyone's like, and then afterwards they come to me and they say, "So good, had so much fun," and I'm thinking, bro, the whole time you were just like this.
Yeah.
But it's like
Mm.
interesting because it's like they're enjoying it, and it's probably the same on social. It's like they like it, but they're just so quick scroll.
Yeah.
Like it's very fast paced. There's so much noise, so it's one of those, isn't it, where I think the
Mm.
people who comment are just more present, maybe.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm.
absolutely. I feel so seen when you said that though, like the awkward like nod in the crowd. Because that was like sometimes that still is me, like if you go to a gig by yourself and you're like completely like you're not drinking, you're sober or like you whatever, it's like you've had like a day at work or something, you kind of just like, yep, like I am enjoying this, but I'm not. So I've been trying to like make a real effort to get out to the front and be like dancing, yeah,
Yeah.
sing along when you know the words, throw your arms up in the air, and then I'm like, I look a bit insane. I do genuinely look a bit
No,
crazy
but that
sometimes.
honestly, that is like incredible because it gives the artist so much to work off, and it's
Mm,
just like you just want to know what people are sensing. You want to know how the audience is feeling, so you can either help pick them up, help bring
mm.
it down, like, and just that, like, you're like my favorite person hearing that you do that.
Yeah, no, it's like the energy has to feed off of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. But taking a real like dive down from this energy, I've been seeing that you've been teasing a potential return of like a sad girl pop era. I am a sucker for some sad girl pop. Can you tell us perhaps what's on the horizon? What can we expect next from you? Is there going to be a sad girl pop return? Do we just have to stay tuned to find out?
Hmm. So I can say there's gonna be a summer banger somewhere coming up.
Ooh.
Like, I'm kind of just trying to like get run fast, go in a little bit and seeing how that goes. And yeah, once my mind's clear with that, I'm gonna expect a summer banger. But I think it's more of a like I just don't like to be like boxed in, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm struggling being boxed in at the moment. Like EDM era, because
Yeah.
I love it. But I naturally find myself like writing these sad girly pop songs because there's a lot of healing that's happening through writing those at the moment for me. And just like anytime I feel these emotions, I moved from the UK uh, to the Gold Coast, so there's so much emotions going on with the whole move. I've said goodbye to family, my friends, like building a whole new life, and so I feel like pretending that everything's fine and being like, yeah, like woohoo, it's like not being fully vulnerable with my audience. So even though that is that aspect, I've moved to the Gold Coast, best thing ever, there's also this side of me that I'm like, oh, maybe it'd be nice to like return that and give that back to people. And I think when I do these sad girly pop songs on like socials, a lot of people resonate with that. And from the beginning, I always say my music's here to help people resonate with it, help people heal, help people feel seen. And so maybe there's a return for that. Maybe there's a space for that. So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that's also like such an important point you just raised there of like you're not just an EDM artist. Like as we were chatting about before, yeah, like Run Fast falls into that like EDM sort of section. You've been doing sort of EDM stuff lately. But musical fluidity and like genre fluidity is such a thing that I feel gets overlooked a lot. Like one of my favorite bands in Australia have never been one thing. They're making like screaming music in one song and then it's a bubblegum pop song the next. And it's like that sort of fluidity is so
Yeah.
overlooked in that, oh, we need to market you as the next Taylor Swift or we need to market you as XYZ. So yeah, that's such an important point you just raised there.
Yeah, and I mean, it might be a silly choice, but hey, I'm just gonna do it anyway. Like, people told me moving to Australia, what? You want to go to Australia if you want to pursue music? Manchester's way better. But since coming here, I've just trusted my gut, and so much goodness has come out of that decision. So listen, you never know, like, what's the best move?
Yeah, and also on that point, like I hate that sort of like conversation people have where it's like Australia
Mm.
isn't a place for music. Like Australia, I feel, in my like unbiased opinion as a massive lover of Australian music, I feel we do have some of the best music in the world coming out of
Yes.
our Australian scene.
Yeah.
And why aren't we known for this on a global scale? I don't know. I don't know
You
how
know
we're going to start
what?
to change it. Mm.
Yeah, well, I think it's really sad because the people telling me that were from Australia. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. I wonder if there needs to be this mind shift of like, oh, Australia is not where I'm going to be known. I need to move to the UK and America. Actually, like, community is so powerful. So even if it starts here in
Mm.
Brisbane and Gold Coast, let's get it. We kind of create this community where we're like, no, we do make the best music. There's a scene
Yeah.
for this. Like, we have the internet, we have social media, we can break through this ourselves as independent artists or signed or whatever, and changing that mentality because it was all on like TikTok and social media. I kept seeing and I kept like, oh, tall poppy syndrome and you'll never make it and you need to move to America, and
Mm.
DMs like, oh, you should stay in Manchester, and it's all coming from like Aussies themselves. So maybe it's just like the mind shift of like, there's so much opportunity to seek out. I
Mm.
think obviously I say that coming in here just a year ago. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
how difficult it can be maybe for someone who's grown up here their whole life, and I am coming with like a mindset of new space, new opportunity. So I don't want to
Mm.
like, discredit those like
Yeah.
opinions. But from what I'm seeing, I'm like, if we can just all come together and really go hard on this, like, I really do think Australia does make some really good music, some really good talent, and a really good community, which is everything, you know?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You and I, we're going to be at the front of that. We're going to be the ringleaders in this movement because like
Yes.
genuinely like so much of my like university study is centered around this idea of like we have the goods, we have the talent, we have the environment for it. There's just some missing puzzle piece. But we're gonna find it. We are going to like single-handedly bring back the Aussie music revival.
Let's go.
Let's do it. And then
It
like we
first,
can have
guys.
we can have Run Fast as the soundtrack as we run fast towards this world domination. See, it's
Let's go.
solved.
We figured it out. Look at that.
Yes. Oh, I love it. But on this note, like a big thing that contributes to this is support, is like audiences and like the industry supporting these local artists. So I would love to ask, as people who are loving your music, loving like whether it's just they've discovered you through Run Fast, whether they're about to catch you at a live show, whether they've been following you since like day dot in Manchester, how can we best support you as an artist?
Turn up to the gigs, guys. Turn up, please. Because support online and, even DMing and encouraging can only kind of go so far. We're people, and knowing people will spend some time out of their week and some even money. Like, you work hard for your money, knowing that you're giving us like money for a ticket and helping us to fund this music career, this dream that we have. It actually speaks volume, and turning up, being present and getting to meet you, it is just the most incredible things for us. And I would hope that it be something that, like, if you support me, I always say, like, if you follow me on Instagram, like, I'd hope that you would turn up, because I'd hope that I have really present followers, people who genuinely like the music. So I think that's the biggest thing, turning up, buying merch. Like, we really make pennies from streams. And for us to be able to carry on writing music, music costs a lot of money to fund. So by
Mhm.
buying our merch and like helping represent our music and wear our music branding, it just helps us to fund like even the songs that we're making and help fund any kind of creative things we want to do around our music. So merch as well is a big one.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I believe in merch so much and like buying something physical as well, whether it is like a CD or a poster or it's that t-shirt, bag tag, hat, tote bag, you're taking a piece of this artist with you. Like in your
Yeah.
in your daily life, you're taking the bag on your walk or you're wearing that shirt even just out to the grocery store. You're helping new people
Mm.
learn this artist's name or like, It's such a big circle that I feel like it's so easy to just get yourself in there, buy that shirt, wear that shirt. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, and hopefully, like the artists that everyone you guys love, like they have cool designs, so it doesn't harm anyone if it's a cool design. But it's also it sparks conversation, and I see so many people with like band t-shirts or like merch, wearing merch, and then we get to connect over that. So it's also about like going back to community again. It's like, oh, we all get to connect over the fact these lyrics spoke to us, or this music makes us feel a certain way. And that's like my hope is that one big family. I always say that, I guess, because me and my husband, we work together, we're married,
Yeah.
like we're a family. It's like you're joining. It's so cringy. Oh, I'm cringing myself out.
Oh
Cringy,
yeah.
but please, like, join our family. Anyone's welcome. Like, and
Mm.
anyone belongs. Everyone belongs in this little community we're trying to build.
Mm.
And that's what you get with small artists, and that's what you
Yeah.
get with the local artists. Is you can see us around, we can hang out. Like, yeah, it's all about people.
Yes, oh, I love that. That's so important. I love that so much. And you mentioned local artists, which means it's time for my favorite question. I love this question because it means I get to like update my playlist and discover
Mhm.
the next person making like the best music that's just like slipped under the radar for now. So I would
Mhm.
love to take a sneak peek into your playlist and hear which acts in like your local like Gold Coast or like Brisbane scene and the broader Australian music scene have you been listening to and loving and would love to give a shout out to.
Yes. Well, I have a few for you because I'm currently listening to these artists on repeat, so not
Mhm.
too many, but a few. So I love Albie from here from the Gold Coast. Not only is she so cool, Albie also cool, but she's also a really good friend and she's a really cool human. So Albie, she does like dark pop, really cool. And then I also have to shout out Alana Stone. So
Mhm.
very different from my genre, but I just listen to her and I feel like butter's melting. I can see butter melting. Like she's like some ethereal like princess. I can't explain it. So her vocals amazing. So yeah, listen, go give her a listen. And I also love Bella Amor.
Yeah.
That girl has my heart. I get to hang out with her and she's really cool. She is who she is on stage, and that's what I
Mm.
love about her. And then her song lyrics, have like, you're the best thing since sliced bread. In my head all the time. I'll be at work and I'm thinking of sliced bread. Like, what? How does she do it? So they're like my
Mm.
three artists on repeat right now.
Yes. Oh, the Gold Coast girlies are popping off.
They really
Like,
are.
yes. Oh, and literally now that you've said the like those Bella lyrics, White Rabbit, that song's now going to be in my head for the rest of the
Yes.
day.
Sliced bread. Oh, I love it.
God, I love those artists. Thank you so much for sharing those pics. I think like the pop adjacent girlies, they deserve more. And also just like
Mhm.
some of the best music coming out of Queensland right now is literally from you all. So like
Oh, stop. Stop it. You're too nice.
no, I love that. Yeah, and thank you so much for sharing this music. Thank you for coming to Southeast Queensland to share your music with us because
Oh,
I love that we can now call you an Aussie artist.
stop. I love it here. I don't want to ever leave. I will do anything to stay. So I absolutely love being here. And thank you to you as well. Just like I love this like show. Is it a show? Like yeah, this show.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I love this. I've been following since the beginning, and the way that you care for your artists is honestly so incredible. As an interviewee, knowing that you've done your research and you've listened to my music and you've helped support that is really cool. So thank you for having me,
No, absolutely. Anytime.
girl.